After a brutal couple of years for theatrical releases, 2026 is the year Hollywood is going all inches. The studios have stacked their biggest franchises, their most ambitious directors, and their most expensive bets into a single 12-month window, and the second half of the year is shaping up to be the most stacked movie calendar of the decade. We have the return of the Russos to Marvel, Christopher Nolan's first film since Oppenheimer, the final chapter of Denis Villeneuve's Dune trilogy, and Pixar reopening one of the most beloved franchises in animation history. Here are the 5 most anticipated movies of 2026, the films every single major studio has built their year around. At number 5 is Jumanji Open World, the third entry in Sony's surprisingly massive reboot franchise. Released on Christmas Day, 25 December 2026, the film reunites Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, Jack Black, and Karen Gillan with director Jake Kasdan, the same team behind Welcome to the Jungle and The Next Level, which together grossed over $2.2 billion worldwide. After a 6-year gap since the last entry, expectations are enormous. The film flips the franchise's formula with a high-stakes premise. The chaotic world of Jumanji escapes the video game and slips into the real world, forcing the original gang to team up with their teenage counterparts to save both realities. Sony moved the release from December 11 to Christmas Day to give the film its own clear opening window, 1 week after Avengers Doomsday and Dune Part 3 battle it out, betting that audiences want family-friendly action over the holiday break just as much as they want capes and cosmic stakes. The film also includes the original dice from the 1995 Robin Williams Jumanji as a tribute. Jumanji Open World is one of the safest bets on the entire 2026 calendar and a guaranteed top 5 box office finisher of the year. Number 4 is Toy Story 5, Pixar's first entry in the legendary franchise in 7 years. Released on 19 June 2026 and directed by Andrew Stanton, the film brings Tom Hanks and Tim Allen back as Woody and Buzz Lightyear, and reportedly introduces a brand new technological threat to the toy world, a tablet device that competes with Bonnie's affection. The Toy Story franchise has grossed roughly $3.4 billion across 4 films and is one of only a handful of properties in animation history to have a 4th installment outperform the first. After the divisive reception of the 2022 Lightyear spin-off, Pixar is treating Toy Story 5 as a major creative reset, back to the core characters, back to the heart, back to the toys. Disney and Pixar are also betting heavily on the summer release window, putting the film directly into the Father's Day weekend with no major animated competition. With Inside Out 2 having grossed over $1.7 billion in 2024, Pixar has shown it can still own the global box office. Toy Story 5 is almost certain to be the highest-grossing animated film of 2026. Number 3 is Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, the director's first film since Oppenheimer swept the 2024 Academy Awards. Released exclusively in theaters on 17 July 2026, The Odyssey is Universal's biggest swing of the year, a roughly $250 million adaptation of Homer's ancient Greek epic shot entirely on a brand new generation of IMAX film cameras. Matt Damon stars as Odysseus, with an absurd supporting cast including Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway, Zendaya, Lupita Nyong'o, Robert Pattinson, Charlize Theron, and Jon Bernthal. Nolan has described the project as the most logistically complex production of his career, shot across Greece, Morocco, Sicily, and Iceland to capture the scale of the original Mediterranean journey. After Oppenheimer grossed almost $1 billion and won 7 Oscars including Best Picture, the entire industry is watching whether Nolan can make a 3,000-year-old poem into another award season juggernaut. Of all the films on this list, The Odyssey has the lowest commercial certainty and the highest critical ceiling. If it lands, it will be the most talked-about film of 2026 and a possible Best Picture frontrunner. Number 2 is Dune, Part 3, the third and final chapter of Denis Villeneuve's award-winning Dune trilogy. Released on 18 December 2026, head-to-head with Avengers Doomsday in the most loaded weekend of the entire year, the film picks up 12 years after the events of Dune Part 2 and adapts Frank Herbert's darker and more philosophical 1969 sequel novel. Timothée Chalamet returns as Paul Atreides, now Emperor of the Known Universe, with Zendaya as Chani, and the surviving cast from Part 2 rounded out by new arrivals including Robert Pattinson, Anya Taylor-Joy, and Jason Momoa. The first 2 Dune films grossed over $1.1 billion combined, won 6 Academy Awards between them, and turned Denis Villeneuve into the most acclaimed blockbuster director of his generation. Part 3 is reportedly the most expensive and visually ambitious of the trilogy, with production reports describing it as a darker, sharper, more politically dangerous film than its predecessors. Of every sequel on this list, Dune, Part 3 has the highest critical expectation. Villeneuve has stated it will be his final Dune film, making this the definitive ending of one of the great modern science fiction sagas and a probable contender at the 2027 Oscars. And at number 1, the most anticipated movie of 2026, and one of the most anticipated of the entire decade, is Avengers Doomsday. Released on 18 December 2026 and directed by Anthony and Joe Russo, this is the first Avengers film since Endgame from the same directors that helmed both Infinity War and Endgame. Robert Downey Jr. is returning to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, not as Iron Man, but as the franchise's new villain Doctor Doom, in what Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige has described as the most ambitious crossover the MCU has ever attempted. The cast list reads like a Marvel encyclopedia. Pedro Pascal, Joseph Quinn, and Vanessa Kirby as the Fantastic Four, the entire X-Men team from the original Fox films, including Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman, the returning Avengers including Chris Hemsworth, Tom Hiddleston, and Anthony Mackie, the Thunderbolts, the Young Avengers, and Chris Evans rumored to be back as Captain America. Endgame grossed $2.8 billion worldwide and ended the Infinity Saga. Doomsday is the culmination of the multiverse saga and the centerpiece of Marvel's recovery after a difficult few years. Tracking sites already project an opening weekend that could approach or exceed Endgame's record $357 million US debut. December 18, 2026, will be the biggest single weekend at the box office in Hollywood history. No other movie of 2026 comes close. From Jumanji Open World at number 5 all the way up to the impossible scale of Avengers Doomsday at number 1, 2026 is the year Hollywood gets its swagger back. Nolan, Villeneuve, the Russos, and Pixar all dropping in the same 12-month window. It doesn't get bigger than this. Which one are you queuing for on opening night? Drop it in the comments, and subscribe for more movie rankings before December rewrites the box office record books.